Welcome to this YouTube channel. This is the channel dedicated to discussion of life sciences. We try as much as possible to demystify, simplify some complex concepts in the area of life sciences. And today we are going to discuss a subject matter on electron transport chain. Electron transport chain. Okay, electron transport chain involves a series of protein complexes that are majorly found in the mitochondrial membrane, and they help in getting electrons, and those electrons are being passed from one complex to the other. Okay, let's start this way. Glycolysis, where glucose is broken down to pyruvic acid or pyruvate, leads to the generation of ATP, about 2 molecules of ATP. Now, in the absence of oxygen, we have other fates of the pyruvic acid, which we have actually discussed in our previous videos. You can actually watch them and to have an idea of some of the fate of the pyruvate in the absence of oxygen. Now, in the presence of oxygen, the pyruvate is converted into a molecule that goes into the citric acid cycle. In the citric acid cycle here, we also have the production of 2 molecules of ATP. But aside that, we also have the production of electron carriers, such as the NADH. The NADH plays a major role in the electron transport chain. Also, the FADH2 also plays a major role in the electron transport chain, which leads to a higher number of ATPs being produced for the consumption of the cell. You know that the ATP is the energy currency of the cell, and most activities in the body rely on ATP for them to be able to be carried out. So let's look at how this electron transport chain actually functions that leads to the generation or the synthesis of ATP. Like we said, we have different protein complexes. So let's look at those complexes. The first one, we have complex 1, which is also referred to as NADH dehydrogenase. We have another complex referred to as the complex 3, and it's called the cytochrome BC1 complex. And we also have the third one, which is complex 4, and is referred to as the cytochrome C oxidase. Okay, we have the ATP synthase, which is involved in the synthesis of ATP from ADP. Also, in between the complexes, we have some electron carriers. First one, we have the ubiquinone that carries electron from complex 1 to complex 3. And we also have another electron carrier referred to as the cytochrome C. This carries electron from complex 3 to complex 4. Now, how does this happen? The NADH that have been previously produced in the previous pathways comes here to donate electron to complex 1. And also, we also have the FADH2 as well, also donating electron also to complex 3. And after doing this, the hydrogen ion or proton actually moves across the complex or the complexes, as the case may be, into the intermembrane space from the matrix. Okay, so and when this happens, we now have a number of proton being generated and also being moved from the matrix into the intermembrane space. And so when you have a high concentration of this in the intermembrane space, you will have what we call the hydrogen ion gradients. Okay, so aside that, we also have the movement of electron from complex 1 to complex 3. So ubiquinone carries electron from complex 1 to complex 3, and the electrons are there at deposited in complex 3. And also cytochrome C also carries electron from complex 3 to complex 4. So when you have that electron, what happens then is that the electron in complex 4 actually combines with molecular oxygen and hydrogen to produce water. And after that production, the remaining hydrogen is actually also moved from the matrix down to the intermembrane space. And all these contribute to the generation of the hydrogen ion gradient, which provides the force for the ATP synthase to be able to start production of ATP from ADP, because the proton also want to find its way back into the matrix through the ATP synthase, and this results to that force actually making ATP synthase to be able to synthesize ATP in the matrix. So a lot of ATP is now being produced due to this the hydrogen ion gradient that has actually provided the force for the ATP synthase, and all as a result of the hydrogen moving from the matrix to the intermembrane space, and also electron being moved from one complex to the other. This particular reaction is actually regulated by the cellular energy needs, goes a long way in doing this to regulate and to control this particular pathway, starting from the electron transport chain down to the oxidative phosphorylation. And this pathway is very, very important because a deficiency in this pathway can actually lead to lactic acidosis, or in some other time it can lead to Parkinson's disease. So the functionality of this particular pathway is very, very important to the cell for the full generation of ATP in the cell. Okay, so I want to thank you very much for watching this video. If you have learned one or two things from the video, I want you to help us to subscribe to this video, and also share this video as much as you can. Thank you very much for watching.